Headed up. Today is a nice day. You can hunt squirrels all year long in this patch of ground that I'm on. It's the only place in Oregon where you can hunt silver grays all year long. You can even have a dog with you. I'll have to pack her. So I'm going to pack my bow just in case we come along them. I know where some spots are where the squirrels are up here, but I'm also going to move my camera to a different spot, to a more secluded spot that's up here, and then look for sheds as well. So multifaceted day. Got the longbow. It's Liberty longbow, and Alan is no longer with us, so it's an honor to carry this bow. But we're gonna run up here. We're gonna check it out and see if we can find some squirrels. So I got the gang all here. I gotta get some boots on yet, but the gang is all here. I'm gonna let them out, let these guys run a little bit, but we got them all. Hey guys, say hi to everybody. Bo, there's Bo, and we got Mel, and then we got Whiskey and Rye back there. We'll let them out, and then I'll get my boots on and we'll get these guys going. And we got Cole and Josie. Hey Joe. Yeah, so we got the whole crew, so I don't know how many squirrels we're gonna find, but at least we're getting these guys out, and maybe we'll find some sheds for sure. We will move. It's a little chilly today, so I'm gonna have to throw in my jacket, but one of the things I'm gonna do before we get going here is I'm gonna add some water to my lunch. Rec pack, of course, up here. If you guys haven't seen these yet, you gotta go check them out, but I'm gonna add a little bit of water. That way I can be ready. And it'll be all ready for me to go. And I can get the amount of water I want, because I'm gonna take some of the squash juice with me too. So one of the things that I usually do with the rec packs, and it's a complete meal. So there's 700 calories in here. One of the things I usually do with it is I'll put in half the water at a time. But today, being that I'm just gonna throw it in there and then I'll be ready for it when it's ready to go, I'll just put the cap back on it and I'll be ready for it out of the pack. I'll go ahead and add the full amount of water in it this time. That way I can have about the 20 ounces that I like for one of those packs of the squash juice. They say 16 to 20, I would say 20 ounces of water. I don't like it real strong, so even if you like more Gatorade type taste, you could even go less or more than 16 ounces. But that's the cool thing about rep pack, is you can just put it in your pack now and you're good to go. And then one of these, I don't know if you guys have seen these yet, but there's like 5 ingredients, and they use, they don't use saccharose, they use stevia for their sweetener. But it also has 100, I like the strawberry kiwi, but I'm gonna have watermelon today since I haven't had watermelon for a while. But it has 160 milligrams of caffeine as well. Really good stuff. So I'm down to my 20 ounces. That way it tastes about right. There, 20 ounces. And I'll put my pack in there, and I'll have my energy drink ready to go. And this stuff is super clean. That's the reason we love it. Gage is an energy drink fiend. In the mornings, he doesn't drink coffee, so he drinks energy drinks, and we've been trying to find something that's super clean, and we found it with these guys. So shake it up and we'll be ready to go. All right. They do not like it. It's got him upset. He doesn't want anything to do with that pack on his back, but he's gonna have to get used to it. And it was a little bit to get him on there. Of course, whiskey's easier than rye, but the other two goats, he does not like it one bit. He's gonna try to take it out on whiskey a little bit. You can tell these guys haven't been out very with the packs on. And I gave him a little bit of grain. Bo is being an absolute turd. Look at these guys. Come on, let's go. making my way. There's a hardwood stretch up here, and I'm making my way to that hardwood stretch. And it's in the sun. And so these squirrels get out and about, especially after this, you know, we've had some weather. And they'll be out collecting nuts and stuff. And with all these animals, we'll scare them up a tree, and I'll try to shoot with the flu-flus out of the tree. And the reason I'm running flu-flus is so my arrows, of course, don't go away. But I'll come up here, as soon as I get up here and kind of hunt around a little bit, I'll show you what I'm using for equipment. But you want to find these hardwood areas that mix conifers, but they want to be in the hardwoods because there's a lot more food in there. So that's where we're headed to. Another reason to come up here is this is one of my turkey spots, and I just want to see if there's birds working around. And so you try to kill like 5 birds with 1 stone. The older you get, you work smarter, not harder. So I'm looking for turkeys as well, and if you guys see, this is what you're looking for. You want to look for those turkey droppings, and they use this row quite a bit. That's not that old of a kill. So here's my camera, and I've got a lot of animals on it. Probably sending stuff to my phone right now, but I'm going to move it. There's a spot there's more secluded up here, and I think the toms will probably be up there strutting that a little bit more than right here, just because of all of the predators that I've seen on this camera. So, and I'm gonna set the camera up on this tree right here, because all the animals are going kind of where Bow is over there and where Mel is. You kind of see a trail going down through there, so I should be able to catch just about everybody that's up here. I imagine if I had my cameras up here during bow season, I would have seen that buck a lot more, because this isn't nearly as open. It's protected more than where I had it before. And he probably was running around in here looking for does in this protected stuff a little bit longer than he was down in that open stuff. So, but I'm gonna put it in here, see if there's, I've heard rumors there's a cat up here. I have a cat on another camera, so I'm gonna start hunting cats here pretty quick too. But heard rumors that there's a cat in here, so we'll see if we can catch him. There's a little hardwood patch. Everything's pretty quiet, so I'm not too sure if we're gonna see any squirrels today, but I'm gonna go through there. The dog will push one up a tree if there is one in there, and then we have the flu-flus, and I'll go over what I'm using today, even if we don't get into a squirrel. That way you guys know what I'm using. But also I'll shoot it a few times so you can see how it shoots. Maybe I'll shoot up here. There's a couple of good stump shooting shots up here, so I'll show you how these things fly. You see that dirt mound right over there? I'm gonna I'll put something over there. There's some ribbon on that tree, and then I'll shoot at that with the bow to show you how well these arrows fly. I'll shoot at that piece of ribbon. Okay, so I got a piece of ribbon off the tree there. I'll set it over on this, and I'll shoot probably about 20 yards or so. We'll put that right there. That way you guys know what I'm shooting at. And I'll shoot from back to the As you see, they shoot pretty good. The reason you have the big flu-flus on are so the arrows slow down, so they don't go forever when you're shooting in the air. But they pack enough punch within about 30, 40 yards to kill small game. So flu-flus are really great when you're out here with small game. I'll go over a little bit of my setup here. What I got here is a Liberty longbow. These were made by Alan Boyce, and this is one of the last ones he made. But this is a hybrid version, so it's got a little bit more taper to the limbs. And then I'm running these Beeman arrows that I got from Three Rivers Archery. They're the Beeman they run them on the flues, and what they do is they slow your arrow down. And I'm running some heavy tips for my field tips, so these are for mainly on the ground, give me high FOC and slow the arrow down just a little bit more. Those are 250 grain tips. And then for what I'm shooting in the air, because I don't want them to stick into the trees, are these hammer blunt tips. These are small game tips for what we're doing out here. So when you're shooting in the trees, it won't get stuck in the tree. And you can get these all on Three Rivers Archery. That's where I get all of the stuff. I'm shooting a fast flight string, and this bow is a 60-pound bow at 28 inches. So it's a little bit heavier bow than a lot of people shoot. Man, I'm only drawn probably 55 pounds, but I have my pick a spot sticker on there. When an elk comes out, it reminds me of pick a spot. So that's what I'm using. You guys, you don't need much to get out here and get after this. You know, I don't know why they're not out and about, but they're just not out and about right now. But at the same time, it's well worth getting out, and we're going to try to find some sheds on the way back. But, you know, follow along, you guys. Keep watching, because I'm going to do more and more of these, and we'll get out here when they're moving around. For some reason, it must be cool today or something, but they're just not moving. So we know that the bucks have been using this. I've seen several bucks come through here, so we're looking for some of the sheds through here. I would really like to find the sheds off that little 3-point that I was hunting up here before I shot the one that was shot this year. So that'd be interesting to see. This is one of the things that goats really bug you about. See how hard-headed he is? He doesn't think enough to just bend down. So he feels like he's stuck there. They learn. Doesn't take them long, but they learned. So up in Portland, I caught the flu or something. It was in my lungs pretty hard. I'm still breathing hard from it. But one of the things that you can do, and there's a bunch of it right here, is this is mullen. And this is pretty old, last year's mullen. But you can take this and dry it out and make a tea out of it, and it's really good for your respiratory system. I'm going to grab some and take it with me, but it also makes really good toilet paper. So if you're in need of toilet paper out in the woods, this is mullen right here. And this is actually pretty dry yet, but I'll take it home and I'll just put it on top of the wood stove and dry it out. And then I'll have some mullen tea, and that cleans out your lungs. It's really good for your respiratory system. So I'm going to grab some and take it home. You'll find it anywhere where there's a scar. So if you look across here, the landscape is scarred from the fire here, and what that does is mullen's one of those first plants that comes in, and it puts a lot of leaves down on the ground, and what it does is God's made a way for these scars, these burn scars, or a logging scar will do it too, to where it holds the dirt down so the dirt doesn't all blow away. Good thing I got a camera up here, but I'm going to bring you guys along with me more often. I do a lot of this stuff, and we're the life outdoors, and this is, you know, probably 90% of hunting. And I was listening to some guys talking on a podcast and talking about hunting and hunting videos and things like that, and how you guys just get to come along on just, you know, the very little part of hunting. The majority of it's this stuff, but at the same time, we have to come out and enjoy life and make a story and a narrative of what we're doing. And that's exactly what I do. Is I'm not just out here to say shoot a squirrel. I shot, you know, shot some stumps, found some mullen, got to walk the goats. So there's all sorts of wins that we have and just got out and got air in my lungs and get the goats used to it, you know, put the packs on and all these things that we have to do to get ready for hunting season. I'm just going to bring you guys along. I don't know how many of you guys are going to watch this, but I think that it is something that you can learn from. And I also think it's probably something that you'll enjoy watching, and it's something that you can watch with your kids and your family. So if you guys like this, please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. You know, 80% of the people that watch our stuff are not subscribers, and it just helps us bring this stuff to you. The more people subscribe, the more people are going to hear our message. So all right, thanks for watching, guys. We're going to get out of here. Until then, you guys keep on living.